Tom Brady went back to New England, and it was a moment in time. After all the hype, after all the talk, after all of those commercials with Adele music behind it, Tom Brady made his illustrious return to Foxborough. Sunday Night Football Classic. Mac Jones looked really good. Tom Brady looked very good, but that Bucs offense struggled early on. Patriots lost by a hair after a missed field goal by Nick Folk from 56 yards out, and it was not what a lot of people were expecting. Not a lot of people were expecting a low-scoring game. Not a lot of people were expecting the Patriots to be in it, have the lead for a good chunk of the game, and lose it on a last-second 56-yard field goal that doinked off the upright that could have been in had it just been a little bit to the right. I think it showed the preparedness of the New England Patriots. It showed how prepared Bill Belichick was for this Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense, for Tom Brady. They did a lot of things that shook Tom Brady. They did a lot of things that got Tom Brady uncomfortable, and by uncomfortable, I mean they changed defensive looks. They rattled him. They got to him a few times. Matt Judon was very good at getting to him. Even after the game, Tom Brady came up to him and said, "Come on, Matt, you can't do that to me." So it was a very good game plan from the New England Patriots, and offensively, Josh McDaniels, I think, had one of his better coaching games, and Mac Jones obviously had his best game to date, 4 games in. He went 31 for 40, 275 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had the 1 interception early, but he came back and he was poised. Mac Jones looked better than I honestly ever thought he could look. And it's a testament to this coaching staff. It's a testament to him, obviously, for doing that. And the big question that everyone has after watching that, did this game live up to the hype? And if you're asking me, yes, it did. This was a Sunday Night Football classic for the ages. People are going to be talking about this for years. This is going to be talked about. There are going to be documentaries about this game because it meant so much, and that's why the 2 greatest coach and quarterback combination in the history of this game going head-to-head in a game that had many lead changes, in a game that had a missed field goal right at the end. Nick Folk could have made that kick. Chisel Donnett's going to have his head for it, but Nick Folk really could have made that kick. And what impressed me the most out of this game was how this was a real defensive battle. Like, we can talk about the offenses, and we get lost in the offenses with people like Mac Jones, with people like Tom Brady, Mike Evans, Antonio Brown, and the like. It's very easy to get lost in how great these offenses are, but the defense was really the big rallying cry that both of these teams can honestly go off of and say that they accomplished good things in. Like, the defense really accomplished for both teams. You take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they completely shut down, completely shut down any attempts that the New England Patriots had of running the ball, or any thought they had of running the ball. New England couldn't run the ball. Eventually got to the point where they wouldn't run the ball. I think they had 4 or 5 yards total for the game. They literally gave up, and they put it square in the arm of Mac Jones, and that proved to be fruitful for a while. Was it fruitful enough? By a yard, it was not fruitful enough. But I thought they had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and those linebackers at front completely shut down any attempt at the run. They wanted to put Mac Jones in a position to win this game, or wanted to put Mac Jones in a position to win or lose this game, and he played very well. I'll say that about him. But you go to the New England side, they were very tricky with these looks they were giving Tom Brady. They would change up blitz packages. They would change up a lot of looks. They would bring in different formations. They went from 4-3 to 3-4, and so, which is things New England doesn't typically do for every single opponent. And I want to credit the cornerbacks for the New England Patriots because, they let Antonio Brown have a pretty decent day, but other than that, Mike Evans had a pretty quiet game. Cameron Brate didn't really show up too much. We didn't see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense really click the way it has been. You can partially also blame that definitely on Gronk not being there, but that's part of the game. Injuries happen, and this team is honestly talented enough, even without Gronk, to have that ability to play at a high level, and you didn't see it. Inconsistencies, Tom Brady looked rattled, and that is all due to, or mostly in part due to, good old Stephen Belichick, Bill Belichick's son, dialing up some amazing blitz packages, dialing up a very solid game plan and going after the big force of this offense, which is Tom Brady. Now, Leonard Fournette had a great game. I want to say that. Leonard Fournette, I think, was a difference for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. If he doesn't have the game that he has, if he doesn't play like he did, if he doesn't run the ball, run through tacklers like he did, I don't think the Patriots would have won this game. It was that close. So that's the big takeaway for the the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, rather. So Tampa Bay, man, getting this win was huge. You could see the emotion was in the air. And for anyone who wants to say, "Oh, Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, like who's the bigger one? Like who is the bigger fish, or who is really responsible for all of those Super Bowls?" The answer is quite simple. Both of them. Tom Brady doesn't win 6 Super Bowls without Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick doesn't win 6 Super Bowls without Tom Brady. Tom Brady doesn't become the greatest quarterback ever without Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick doesn't become the greatest coach ever without Tom Brady. Tom Brady doesn't get as good as he does without Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick might not have had the time to get as good as he is without Tom Brady. This was a partnership, and that's what's lost on people. It's okay for partners after a while to go in separate directions. Whether it's because they might not like the way that the other partner is treating them, or whether it's because they want to experience something new and put out and go about, have a new challenge. Because that's what I think Tom Brady was about. I think Tom Brady wanted to do things his way. I think Tom Brady once in his career wanted to say, let me go see if I can win. Let me go see if I can win and do it my way with my team that I built and have it just be me without having this tag of, oh, it's me and Bill all the time. And that's no indictment on Bill. That's just how, that's sometimes you have those self-ambitions. And Tom Brady had that ambition, and guess what? He went out and won a Super Bowl. That doesn't mean that Bill Belichick isn't a great coach. He's the greatest coach of all time. Bill Belichick inherited a crappy team, honestly, a shit team if we're being real, and got 7 wins out of it last year. This year they're looking like they're making progress. Like if not this year, next year, this is definitely a team to keep in your eyes, to keep an eye on, rather, because they could do some damage. I think they could get into the playoffs. I think this is a team that could definitely scare some people. And if Mac Jones keeps progressing like the way he is, it's not a team you want to face. Thanks for watching this video from Real Take Sports Talk. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. Also remember to check out our live show every single Thursday at 8 p.m. right here on the YouTube channel. And remember, keep it real.